Hello everybody, hope you're doing well. Now I wanted to do a little video on a grind process for my recent changes. So the recent changes to like what I'm doing. As a lot of you know, TLDR from this is that I'm working towards Act 7.400%ing. Mainly I'm working towards the completion, but I need 10,000 units in order to get myself the completion deal. So I'm treating this more of like quest by quest basis, 100% do exploration guide on each individual quest, and then I'll probably do like a completion guide and then maybe do like 100 another type of guide with it. But essentially I'm doing a slow process. I need the 10,000 units, I need the deal in order to get my first ever choosable rank 4 6-star champion. Yes, 100% it, you get yourself a nice little gem. Is it likely out of 1 of 6 I'm going to get myself Mystic in order to get Doom up? No, that's very unlikely. So I'm trying within this month to kind of get this done. However, important process of this, and this is why we've got, like, you know, why I'm making a video, is I recently went not free to play because I've spent in the past. I went non-spending. I went non-spending as a result of kind of like some stuff back in December, and I've continued on that particular sentiment. Now, this means that the cost of things like energy refills for me is a bit of an issue. I can't spend 30 units each time I want to refresh on energy. And not to say, like, I mean, I've got 70 energy right here, and you just saw me got some energy refill, small energy refills out of a free crystal. But I need to be very careful about how I use that and the volume I get. And I do have some full energy refills, and I just wanted to go over like how I'm managing still to sustain the amount of units that I'm still grinding from an arena, but also how I'm able to kind of like deal with making mistakes, my energy consumption and management of that, and what I'm doing about it. So I thought this is pretty like interesting for a video of how I'm approaching this. And it does require grinding back on some old content to pick up little resources. So one of the cool things that's about at the moment, and there's several, is the 22-hour events. 22-hour events do give a great opportunity to pick up 25 units, a revive, and a health potion, okay, amongst other things. But that's great. That helps towards your grind, and I'm very, very passionate about getting those done on a daily basis, except for event quest completion. I do plan to do a further video about the not science, but the kind of like mathematical grind to it, based on what you get back as a result, especially when it comes to certain things like doing lower difficulty, like normal, heroic, how the process of doing the lower chapters is good versus doing an energy consumption to the latter point, reinvesting your units from the 22-hour event, and as well what you get from the first chapter into that particular grind. That is a big topic for another day. I know some people have requested that from me, and I will get to do that at some point, but I just don't have the time at the moment. But going back to like event side of things, alliance events. If you're in an alliance, it is really great, especially when it comes to getting yourself some of the peak rewards. It does mean that you'll get some units for your trouble, which will then able to reinvest, and as well your energy refill mainly back into things. I think it's the further you go with the totals right here, the larger volume of units you get back. Not by a huge amount, but still it's helpful enough. That energy refill is very, very helpful, and it minimizes the cost in your units. That's the main thing I'm trying to get to, is you're trying to minimize the spend of units. And look, here's the thing: if you don't make any mistakes, great, good for you. But if you make a mistake, or say something's bad with the path, or you make a mistake halfway through and it costs you a bit, then you're gonna have to get yourself out of that problem. And if you don't want to dip into your units, you're gonna have to figure out resource management and getting more resource for your trouble. Now, we all know, going to Realm of Legends, if you go and take on well, not with Winter Soldier, because you can do it for the entirety of it, but when you go and take that on, you can find yourself getting yourself some health potions for the trouble against kind of going off any of these on the route. And that's good if you have the time to do that. I mean, like myself, I'm very particular about my energy spend, and especially when I'm doing content and I'm trying to 100% each quest each time, because there's zero value to me to do a completion of 7.4, especially if I want a deal, and more so especially if I want if I want an extra 4,000 units at the point of recording this video, based on my 1,000-ish unit grind a week for 4 weeks, or was it like 8 rotations, or maybe more or less of arena. So yeah, that's something that's very important to me. And as well, I'm doing it from a non-spending standpoint, right? So, point of the video. resource. Where am I going? What am I doing? How am I, you know, lowering down my spend of units versus like grabbing back what I need? Well, lower content grind is kind of like the way that I'm kind of like approaching this. And there's been some places, I mean, a quick scope over all of the various different types of quests, which I've got on screen right now, does show that there's a multitude of different resources. But you might be saying, well, Rich, I'm not interested in level 1 health potions. That's very important though. When you go through to quest in some of these lower things and you're picking up things like revives, health potions or whatever, when you go through to the end, it resets the map, so to speak, with like rewards and stuff. We're going to go over, just do a little example, I think right now. But a big point of this is energy consumption. A lot of the time I have to look on my investment. Yes, I've got 70 energy right now that I do need to burn as quickly as possible, but I do want to make this video. A lot of the times I will go to places like Act 3.2.6, which I know a lot of people go to, but everyone has their specific place. And it may be a case for whatever reason that one place is designated for the player that you can go back and kind of like regrind and find things like revives, health potions and things like that. So where do I go? What do I do? So I go to a multitude of places to pick up stuff, but there is some things lower down the line I want to experiment with on this video. So normally I'll go like, you know, Act 2, Chapter 1, 5, or Act 2.5, or whatever like that. Or I will go in a different place. Now there's a little bit less to grind on the energy side of things in Chapter 1, because it's 1 energy per tile, and they're kind of the best things. But a lot of the time I'm finding the most consistent return of revives and energy refills and things like that is between Act 5 and Act 3. All right, but I do want to, in this video, try out things like Act 1, because I've not tried Act 1, and it could be a good place. Before, in Act 1.3, Pursuit, I had a good reappearance time of stuff, and do you know what? I'm willing to give it a try for this particular video. Like, I'll go once through on autoplay, and we'll pick it up, you know, on the reset and see if there's anything that appears at the end of it. It may be a complete kind of, I don't know, dead end of kind of like check-in, but it's worth a try, isn't it? And then what we'll do is we'll go back to more consistent places to see if there's stuff available. Okay, here we are, done with the final fight. You can see on screen right now. And let's just like reboot on the path, which, you know, it's done and dusted. And then we go back to quests, and it was 1.3. And we'll see if anything appears on the path, which as we looked on the path, there was nothing there. So will there be something on the path to consider to go for if we re-repeat through? It has cost me. There's something there. Like there's a level 1 health potion. Is that great for me? No, it's not. Not in the slightest. That is not going to be helpful. But at least to show, like, you know, on this, it reboots. Things reboot on the path. Now let's go to something a little bit more spicier. I say spicier, and it could be another kind of like dead end. But I'm going to go down the route of 3.2.6, which is my normal kind of like place to kind of go down, and I am going down the route that if I go and grab the small energy refill, it allows me to at least kind of repeat back through this process, and hopefully could lead to more energy refill, like a full energy refill, or kind of reset the revive. Like I should actually mention before we start doing this is that on the paths there is nothing, no revives. There's no revive there, there's no revive there, there's no revive there, there's no revive there. So if you're going like, okay, well, it's definitely going to be revives every single time, then no. There will be some times where things do not appear on that, and you have to be aware of that you might have to go through with no revives, no full energy refills, nothing, and then reset the path by, you know, going to the end of it, defeating Thanos, and then seeing like on the path again, is there anything for you to grab, like health potions, revives, and things like that. Right, and the path is just about to be finished off. Just going to smack it with an SP2, and then it's going to be all over. And we're going to have a look at what is appearing on the quest to then go and check out. And hopefully it's going to be something interesting, something spicy, and something that would be, yeah, just kind of like good for what I need. We've got the energy there, small energy refill kind of picked up, and that's going to be helpful because you can reinvest it back into your grind. And let's see, boom. Let's check the paths. First of all, let's go to the far left. Far left has got probably nothing. I do not. There's going to be like, is going to be nothing on there? There's health potion there. There's a small energy refill there. And there's health potion there, and then there's nothing. Oh, there's the revive. Okay, so there's a revive on the path, and you can repeat that back. It does feel very much like sort of like a lost leader with this stuff, because you are losing energy to grab it. And then sometimes you get some massive fortunes that are just so nice to see. Whether or not it's picking up a revive, whether or not it's picking up a full energy refill, sometimes you can get really lucky with this, and that's just the way that I'm able to kind of continue this on, and also like not overspend on my my energy refills, and yeah, just reinvest wherever I can, because I did go through a massive process of grind very, very recently, so that's something to point out as well. I went from 7.2.5, 100% between that, and 7.3.6. So there's like a lot of kind of grind. So I spent a lot of my energy refills, full energy refills, on that. So yeah, something to mention. And that's been the process of how I've been minimizing my unit spend to maximize take home elsewhere, and balancing my energy spend elsewhere, to make sure that I can make sure I have 10,000 units available for not Cyber Weekend, the deal that comes at the end of Act 7.4 completion. And that indeed has been the video. Thank you very much for watching. Have a lovely day, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you maybe later on for some more content or things. Appreciate you. Much love. Have a good day.